All right, here we go.
What if I were to suggest that you play a key role in the awakening world? And that you are watching this because you have heard the call. We can start right now by opening our hearts and minds. Welcome to the awakening world.
Good evening, everybody. I'm the one that's Scott Thomas, and this is Tangela.
Hello, everyone.
And
Welcome.
we're actually physically together, which is wonderful, really, really fun. We are traveling, we're on the road currently in Albuquerque, New Mexico, on our way to a retreat in Santa Fe. And we've got a really fun show scheduled tonight. It's a Soul Search show, which means that she's got two of her brand new guests that you've never seen before, a numerologist and a hand reader, and they are going to do some readings for some of our Zoom room audience members. So that's fun.
And we also have Alan and the Her Talks, also soul searchers. And we're going to be having a roundtable discussion later about Disclosure Day, about our thoughts, hearing your thoughts if you've seen the movie, and really what does this mean for our time?
Yeah. And really, for those of us that have been in the field, this is the most important movie that's ever been made. And to have someone of the quality of Steven Spielberg, who calls it his most personal film, he wrote and directed it. Anyway, we're going to talk a lot about it. We all went to see it last night in IMAX. So we have a lot to share. So we're really excited to have Alan and the Her Talks with us a little bit later on in the show. But we also have great music tonight. Lori Ann Speed, who's become one of our favorites. She's back and she's going to give two musical numbers. And to get us off to a rousing start, here is our beloved house musical artist, the irrepressible Omashar.
Yes, I'm feeling very irrepressible tonight, and welcome everybody watching on Facebook and YouTube and our streaming partners, Humanities Team et al. And we're going to start with a lovely little song called In the Stillness. So here's a suitable backdrop for being still. So let's take a few deep breaths together and realize we are all in this together. Yes, indeed. All right, here we go. The quieter you become, the more you can hear in the silence, in the stillness. I am here. Through the wisdom of your tears, through your heartbreaks, through your breakthroughs, through the shedding of your fears, with you and guiding your way. Know that I am cheering you on. Truth lives within you and love leads us through. I love you. Now your heart and mind is clear, and you know that love is with you, love supports you, love is here. And you feel that you belong, and you're walking with purpose. You can hear your life's new song. To know that I am with you and guiding your way. Know that I am cheering you on. Truth lives within you and love leads us through. I love you. Ba 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 da ba da da. Ba da 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 ba. Ba da da ba. Ba da da ba ba da da. Through the wisdom of your tears, through your heartbreaks, through your breakthroughs, through the shedding of your fears. So know that I am with you and guiding your way. Know that I am cheering you on. Truth lives within you and love leads us through. I love you. I love you. I love you. Yes, I do.
Gallery review and sending lots and lots of love to Omashar. And we are reading that unfortunately, apparently, I guess our video, we're in an Airbnb, so I guess it's just not very high speed enough here. So we will keep ourselves off camera for the most part. Um, Although I do want to give Tangela the floor to introduce her first guest, and hopefully um, let us know if it's good enough. DR, just continue to let us know. Um, are you guys able to see us at all? Are you able to
We
hear
can
us?
see you. We can see you fine. It's just that you're blurry and jittery, but your voice is perfect.
Okay,
Okay,
great.
great.
All right, good.
All right. Well, welcome to Soul Search Night. As we're, obviously we always love being together with our global Peace Tribe family and really coming together to celebrate the awakening world that we are all co-creating together. And at Soul Search, we are here to support the evolution of humanity at this time, the expansion of consciousness, and support people in the personal evolution and transformation they're going through, as well as our global transformation. Because as we know, what is within is without. And so together we really are co-creating the new earth. So thank you all for being here. We're so excited. And I'm just delighted because we have some amazing guests that are first time on the show with us. And our first amazing practitioner is Brent Bruning, tuning in with us from Switzerland. Brent is founder of The Power in Your Hands and The Shift. He is a hand biohacker and master hand analyst trained at the International Institute of Hand Analysis. He has studied 26,000 fingerprint patterns, including the world's most remarkable individuals, including astronauts, physicists, and celebrities like Eminem, Richard Branson, Gwen Stefani, and Beyonce. His work decodes the neurological stress circuits and emotional imprints mapped in the hands, providing a measurable, biologically informed view into the nervous system's impact on longevity, resilience, and performance. He is also the author of The Power in Your Hands, and he has an amazing new Soul Search TV show that's going to be launching this fall, where you will actually be able to see his incredible work, where he goes deep into examining different hands, including mine. So it's a lot of fun. And we're actually going to show like 50 seconds of a little bit of the show so you guys can check it out. And then, Brent, welcome to the show.
Hello, Soul Search team. It's wonderful to be here at a very, very early time in Switzerland, and you guys are all worth it. This is really great. I've never been on a Zoom where you have live music and you create an atmosphere of such unity. I'm seeing everyone dance, and yeah, that's just your vibe. Since I met you, you're already in this energy, and so. I relate so much to what you're doing and how you're spreading the vibes worldwide.
Thank you, Brent.
Thank you.
Real quickly, Omashar, I've sent you two emails from they're forwards from Tangela. Since our video quality is poor, if you can download those videos and play them, that will probably play better than if we try to
That's
do
true.
it.
And we're going to show the first 50 seconds of Brent's video. And so, Brent, as Omashar cues up your video, tell us a little bit about your work, because what I think is so amazing is like the banner in the background of your, there, the power in your hands. Like, you are really able to go so deep in supporting people's personal transformations by reading their hands. So tell us a little bit about that, and why, and what does biohacking have to do with hand analysis? Tell us a little bit about that as well.
Sure. Well, we are at an incredible evolution right now. I mean, we're right now, everything is all coming together.
Mhm.
And when we're looking at the hands, we can see your development over the last lifetime. So it's like a functional MRI, but everything that the functional MRI has shown for the last 40 years or 50 years. So the hand grows in different stages of a fetus when your soul comes in, and most importantly, when the electromagnetic signature of your heartbeat creates an expansion through your nervous system. And that electromagnetic voltage is greater in some areas than another. And that creates already patterns that we see what you're meant to do and what is your soul alignment. And we call those fingerprints. And that when somebody has a high developed, let's just give an example, the easiest one, a circle in their finger, wherever that is already what God has given you, a pathway to glow, to have the highest level of energy. So what we're introducing, and I think what it's more of what the world is ready now to receive, is this wisdom that we have a blueprint that can elevate our consciousness. And that's why I call it the shift, because when you understand the blueprint of what's in your hands and you align to that, your face, your being, your conscious evolution, the whole Hawking scale, you go up about 5, 6 notches into a place of love. And you don't do it by going to a Joe Dispenza. Do I love Joe Dispenza? You don't go at it through a spiritual process of trying to match the law of attraction. Rather, it's done as you go and face the mounting evidence of your past that has been stored neurologically. And your past shapes your hand, and your projection of the future shapes your hand. So you are your future and you are your past. And the degree that you carry regulatory emotions like anger, sadness, shame, anxiety, obligation, of course, that's going to mold your hand. And when I look at a hand and I can see somebody's really been in the school of hard knocks in their lifetime, and you can go in and help them access their past with a sense of gratitude and peace and forgiveness. And you can see how that pops them into a future of opening and love and bliss, and then get aligned to what I'm saying is what your divine purpose is in your fingerprints. Then you'll see that it is indeed not just esoteric, it's biological, and it's not psychological either, because I'm reading it in your hands. So I'm looking at your transformational path in this lifetime. Or if you have several lifetimes, I'm seeing the several lifetimes of what you are here to do. And you can repeat this, and I'm often invited into from Switzerland up to Germany to a big Hindustani commune there with
Beautiful.
Nanda.
Well, we have two people that would love to get quick readings from you tonight. Do you want to show the video first or after his
Let's
readings?
do the video first. Omashar, is the video ready?
Yes, you need to be reading my DMs.
Okay, sorry. Just if you could play the first 50 seconds so people can see a little bit of the background and of the show, and also a little sneak preview of what it's
Okay,
like.
so jump in and tell me when to stop, okay?
Okay, just look, you can see the time frame, 50 seconds, but
Well, I can, but come on, work. There we go.
Did you know that you can biohack your life with your handprints? I'm here with international hand biohacker Brent Bruning, and we are so excited because he's bringing his mastery, gifts, and wisdom to Soul Search TV. Brent, tell us a little bit. How can we biohack our life with our hands?
Well, by understanding that the handprints are your blueprints of your entire life pattern, and they show these limiting beliefs that you are carrying that cause your nervous system to contract in such a way that you can see it on a handprint. And those areas are amazing opportunities for you to break through and live a life that's very fulfilling.
And these are my actual handprints that Brent took a look at. And I have to say, you guys will have to tune in for the full episode, but he really honed in on some vulnerabilities in my personal life, professional life, that were really profound. So there is a lot to be said of what we can see with our handprints. And Brent, you don't just see what's happening with their hands, but then you also have a whole transformative practice people go through.
Yes, we have people that are in this area of the shadow where they're stuck, not realizing that the stuckness is actually a line or a contracted fingerprint that you must go through in this lifetime. And it is not a place to feel imprisoned by. It's an area that God gave you to work through in this lifetime or the next. And if you do it with a handprint and a hand analysis and you go through this program, this shift, you'll be furthering your evolution. And it'll be an accelerated journey of fulfillment for sure.
Good.
woo! Yes, and so you guys, you can see like just those were my actual handprints that Brent took a look at during the show. And it's just amazing, Brent, for me, how in depth you were able to go in such a brief period. And also how you were able to tune in to who I was and my life, even from the womb. which I thought was fascinating. And so, even from the womb, yes. And so, Brent, the one thing you mentioned at the end of the little piece there was the shift and this program that you do. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, first, also, again, thanks for this amazing documentary. I think what made it for me, I've never done anything where you had people off screen and I didn't know anybody's hand. So I was just looking at the handprint and I didn't even know you were going to be a part of it. And it was so great to be, describing your zany energy and then you show up on the set. And I was like, wow, of course that's who you it is. Yeah. So yeah, the shift is a way to biohack yourself. You're looking at many different ways to extend your longevity. So people look noticeably younger when they shift. And it's like getting things off your chest with, maybe your father for the first time, but you're looking at the primary stress responses that you have been responding and reacting, the triggers in your life. And when you look at the lowest developed fingerprints, these are the areas where you store your trigger and of course your memories of stress. And then the shape of your hand, as I said earlier, is the shape of your personality. You can organize people by personalities. You can see the same hand types. And and so when you see how somebody is protecting themselves and you see the core trigger and you can access then the rich history of stress. And if stress ages you and you can release the stress, then your body goes through a massive and very quickly, if you follow Bruce Lipton's work, a rapid regeneration. So the way I look at it is I don't know that I'm reverse aging, even though they look about 10 years younger. Everyone looks 10 years younger. But what I think is happening is that you are constantly stuck in a story that's stressful. And when you release that story, your whole body just goes, ah, and it goes into a massive regeneration. So it's kind of like getting a big monkey that's been 40 years off your back so that you can really do what you're meant to do. And that gives you a sense of what we call neuroception. You have aliveness.
That's amazing.
Hey, Brent, I'd love for us to have you do a couple of quick sessions,
Mini.
little minis, because we're already running a little bit over, but this is so fascinating. We've got two people who would love to
Sure.
get readings from you. And the first one is our wild monk of the Mystic Monastery. This is Jerry Anderson. We love Jerry.
And Jerry, you were just saying that this morning you were thinking about having someone taking a look at your hands. So how synchronistic is this that we have this Brent Bruning, the master hand analyst, on the show tonight? Amazing.
Great. So how do we want to do this, Gerald? You just want to raise your hand? Is that how it works?
Yeah, I mean, you tell us. Tell us.
Okay.
Does he
Well,
need to put them closer up?
oh no, to keep it up like that. All right, now guys, look at Gerald's left hand. So that's the one on the right. And you'll see that there's a big line that goes straight across. That's the headline. But look underneath it, there's this line right there. Do you guys see that? It's two lines and it joins this lifeline. So these two lines that are coming across uh, that look like somebody came and took a cookie cutter like this on both those. Those are what I suspect most of this alive community have, which is very strong spiritual connection. So
Mm.
this is the line of intuition, and this is the region of the moon. I don't doubt for a second everyone here has a massive, big region that sticks out like that because you guys are all loonies. You guys love to be able to look at and can read energy. And so when I'm looking at that inside this particular hand, this is what we have kind of an Einstein hand. The Einstein we call earth fire. right? So if you organize people by earth, air, fire, and water, you can go into Tamo or Analog's 12 archetypes. And he has earth fire, which is this profoundly creative, largely visionary. We'll be talking about Spielberg later. Spielberg has these type of hands that see the big picture and see things at the foundational level. So these are the big thinkers. They're looking at what the entire globe is doing. And they need to have these depthy conversations. I look on the other hand and I see again, you have a big line there as well. Now, what is really nice about this hand is if you noticed in this area where you hold the hammer, he's got a lot of lines there. So this is a man who loves to provoke. He loves to open and challenge himself all the time. And he gets off on that hotness to be able to engage in a dialogue that's provoking. So now you have both the sides that give him an animation. Now, I'm not looking at his fingerprints, but guys, that's 60%, if not more, of what you can see as an aliveness pattern. But what you can put together already is somebody who loves to think in global terms and needs to be part of the transformation of the globe. Okay.
Wow.
Very accurate from my point of
Amazing.
view, Jerry. What do you think?
Well, I am both a nature nut and a fire nut. I have a fire outdoors maybe 4 or 5 times a week.
Yeah.
Wow.
Einstein did the same thing in Zurich. He would spend all his time doing his big thinking out on the lake. And he would just imagine what would happen if he was on the speed of light. And you can't just do that unless you're really in a very relaxed, what we call in very much in the theta of reflection. And so here, guys, is alpha, right? And beta. And when you look at these lines that go down here, this is theta. So you can't access unless you're going in a dreamlike trance. And that nature is where you do that. So, and anyway, we call these earth hands. They're the ones that go out and try to get the deeper answers, communing with earth. That, if you guys follow that. There's someone with a different hand, if you notice mine, that's more exceptional for me. I'm more talking and analyzing all the time. So I rarely get up. But if you see somebody with a big, broad hand like yours, yeah, that's where you get your energy supply and then go and feed it to the world.
Beautiful.
Brent, I'm going to bring up one more person. This is Trisha for Tina. And she was just thinking she wanted to have an experience like this. So it's good timing. I've unmuted you, Trisha, and you are on camera.
Great. All right.
See my hand.
So one thing, it's a little bit translucent there. What we call these are, you notice the skin quality is very thin, and that's called water. And if you see that the fingers are a little hobnobby, they got a lot of knuckles everywhere. And so there is a lot of hyper consideration, a little philosophical hands. She loves to order information and discover nonstop. So this is what we call the passionate illuminator hands. And she loves to think and think at the 20,000 foot level. Again, she has these lines here, but they're indented over here, and she's got a fate line that goes right from here all the way up. So there is somebody who needs to do spiritual work as a living. She needs to be paid for that. Now, the hand is in stress at the moment. The fingers are going goofy, right? So look at the tips of her middle finger and ring finger, and you're going to see that they're bending over like somebody got a rocking chair over those fingers. She's in a insecure place personally at the moment, and but creatively, she's loving it. So look at the ring finger; it's fine, but there's a financial stress, and she's putting herself constantly under that stress, and that's what the nervous system does. It starts to go, I can't deal. Yeah, I got so much on my mind, so many worries, so many concerns. She has also blue inside here. And that's the stress pattern, guys, I'm telling you about. That if we can go in and access that, we can make her 10 years younger because she's carrying a backpack of trauma at the moment. And
42
that
year body worker, 42 years of body work with these hands. Yeah.
makes a lot of sense. So she's getting paid doing the spiritual work. But here's the other thing for a lot of people here. I've done people in ayahuasca, that are regular ones, and there, look at her line of intuition on the right hand. You see that thing just jumping out of that? She's working with the body. You see the line that goes right down into the lifeline. If you kind of move your hand a little bit, there you go. See that? See that line that goes right into the body right here. This is called the lifeline, and she's got a line so that she's using the language of the body, and she's using her intuition. It's called gut instincts. Okay.
Is this the
But here,
relationship over here? Relationship issue?
that's palmistry. I'm not doing
Oh, okay.
palmistry. I'm looking at, so I'm not reading your, when a nice Texan is coming into your future, except for me. But what I can tell you is, just to finish my point, you therapists are out there absorbing an incredible amount of people's pain. And it's a real phenomenon that you're taking on, just waking up every day and being part of somebody's trauma. It's just your life is trauma, right? It's even someone else's, but Monday through Thursday, Friday, your life is absorbing trauma and listening. So you need to find a way to get that stuff out because you're absorbing it, probably also very related to your past of some of the difficulties you have. Yeah, and there you see a double line of intuition. Keep that up like that. That's now we see the doubling that's coming around here. So that's double the intuition. Yeah, and more moon markers. In other words, if you look at the hand and you compare that hand to somebody on Wall Street or a banker, finance, their lines will be more in the finance over here. And that's all their life is just trying to get the 401k, tightened. Everyone here is going to have lines that go over here. This is just using your inner voice and working with the language of energy. Okay, thank you.
Thank you
Wow.
so much.
Amazing,
Thank you
Brent.
very much. Thank
It
you.
was incredible, Brent. Wow.
So we want to show people how you can, because of course it's just a homeopathic dose of Brent's medicine. So his website is right here, and it is thepowerinyourhands.com. Thepowerinyourhands.com. It's a beautiful website. So there's a lot of information here, and you can book a 45-minute session or a 90-minute session right there. And he's been on Mind Valley. Whoa, I have no idea what's causing that. Brent, I have to admit, I am a little curious. Just briefly, would you be willing to take a look at my hands?
Yeah, of course. Of course, I'd love to.
I don't know if it's blurry or if you can see okay.
Right. So yeah, they're blurry, but I see already. Just check out his little finger. All right. Scott's got this the little finger impact all of the hands. They go up and they create this kind of light bulb on each of the fingers. All right. So those are called spatulate fingertips. And they notice they're pink. That's where the blood flow is going, right? So this is a guy who has got fire in the mind. When he was a child, he just noticed there was a backyard, and then he noticed behind that backyard was another backyard. And then he just kept on writing with and discovering more and more. And dinner time was long ago as he kept discovering more and more and more. And every time he discovers, that creates more need to discover. So that right there is the Imagineer. This is a guy who is really loves hot ideas and gets off of anything that is provoking the imagination, giving you one more thing to discover. So this is also very similar to earth fire in that, but it has a different energy that's more in the mind, that you're trying to blow people's mind as you blow your own mind. So UFO conversation is a mind-blowing topic. And people with your finger, if I go into a UFO convention, it would be filled with people with spatula fingertips going, come on.
Oh, that's great. Oh,
Amazing. So,
amazing.
Brent, I just want to say thank you so much for sharing your gifts and doing some demonstrations. And for everyone watching live or on the replay on Zoom or on Facebook or on YouTube, what you've seen is literally just the tip of the iceberg.
A little special tip.
A little tip of the fingertip of what Brent's work really does. And
Thank you
so,
for such a
even
great.
you saw. No, no. And you guys saw on the show, the little clip of the show, he actually looked at my handprint and it went so deep. And what I find fascinating, and when you guys watch the show or reach out to Brent, you'll see that he can then take that hand analysis that he does to really support you in going through what he calls the shift. And it's a program. How long is the program, Brent, that you do
4
with people?
sessions with me, and you got the backpack off, and you've reinvented your life. So 4 sessions is the shift.
Wow.
4 1.5
Exactly.
hour
So
session. But you have your homework. All
four
right.
1.5 hour sessions. You get homework after each session, which we've seen. It's pretty in depth. It's very deep, the homework that you give. And what's fascinating to me, and maybe next time on the show, you can show us a couple of examples, but you have the before and after photos of your clients that have gone through the shift. And you can see the noticeable difference, the 10 years that have been taken off as you take that backpack of 40, 50 plus years of stress that they've been carrying around. So it's really incredible. Before I met you, I never knew the depth of this work.
Wow.
So thank you so
Hey,
much
do
for
you
sharing with
notice
me,
my
Brent.
face right now compared to that documentary? It's because I did the shift. I did. No, it's no joke, right? So if you look at my face, and I know it's 2 o'clock in the morning, so but even then you can see there's a different energy I've got than when we did it in a document. And that documentary was 4 months ago, 5 months. So try to get that this is a real phenomenon of that you can go and work the energy. So thank you. You're great and being able to
Brent,
give
we'll
me
have
a
you back
voice.
on. You're fun. You're a lot of fun. We'll have you back
Amazing.
for
Well, thank
sure.
you, Brent. Stay tuned. Stay with
I
us.
will.
We'll
I will
have our
absolutely stay
UFO
with you.
discussion.
Yeah, we want to hear from you.
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
can miss that.
Brent is representing all of Europe on our discussion about Disclosure Day. Hey, it's time for more music. And you've all asked, people have been saying, when is Lorianne Speed coming back? A lot of people asked for her. And it took a little while, but she finally gave us a date, and that's tonight. So
Welcome.
here she is. Welcome back, Lorianne.
Hello, and I'm so happy to be back. Thank you for having me. And like Brent was saying, the energy here is so good and beautiful people. And Brent's presentation was amazing. And so was Omashar's piece. That was so beautiful, Omashar. I love that. So, yeah, nice to be here, Scott. How are you?
It's good to have you back. What's new and exciting in your world? Before you play a song, tell us something that you're excited about.
I'm very excited about a whole new body of work that has just gelled in the last since we spoke last. Actually, I've been writing new music and writing, and then I started to do small in real life groups to check out what I had, and so it's called Resonance. It's gonna be an album, but it's called Resonance. And what I've been doing, aside from a regular concert presentation, of course, as an artist, we do that. But I'm very excited also about combining two paths I've been on for a long time. As a facilitator, I'm a professional clairvoyant and a psyche. Speaking of Bruce Lipton, I did workshops with Bruce Lipton and Rob Williams for psyche, and there's a unique way I work with people that now I'm bringing together with the music. And so this is a reflective concert journey from head to heart. It is, it involves some processes at the beginning, like science-backed processes that soothe and calm the nervous system so they can really receive the 90-minute concert journey. So it's been wonderfully received. The impact is high. People are really connecting to their there's a journey of personal discovery, really, inner wisdom, intuition, insights, understanding, clarity, alignment. So it's a real joy to bring both these, to facilitate from the piano and to take a group through and to use the frequencies. Of course, we know about frequencies in music, but especially neoclassical piano has been researched a lot for what it does for the nervous system, and all kinds of things. Instrumental music bypasses the intellect, the busy mind. So I'm very excited about this potential of really bringing the love, bringing people into really deep connection with self, and then all kinds of adjustments and insights and beauty reveals itself to them, and their own wisdom arises, and it's a very beautiful process. I'm really excited about it, and I'm excited about the new music. There's unfortunately I can't play one of those pieces tonight because apparently I should release it first before playing online with it, but I'm excited about it, Scott. Really, 10 new pieces that
Well,
are
it's
really
great.
great.
And you plan, and these concerts that you're doing are up in the Vancouver area.
Yes, yeah. I'm just been beta testing it, small groups, just in my studio here, and then shortly I migrate, as I'm like a migratory bird. I go to the lake every summer, and so I'll start doing more public presentations. These have been by invite only, but for beta tests. So that's it's a work in progress. This is an evolving work. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Well, let's keep track of it. And I certainly hope to experience it. And hopefully we can bring you down to the Bay Area sometime where you could do it for a group of us.
Yes, it's very transformative so far. Like that's what what I'm discovering. What the unique combination. It's a very unique modality. So there you have it. Yeah, thank you. I'd love to do that, Scott.
Let's make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
Well, people are asking, is she going to play music? And the answer is yes.
Yes.
What's your first piece going to be for us tonight?
Yeah, I really liked. Omashar started us off with this invitation into stillness, and I want to carry that along with the piece called Aria of Love, and it's a very lyrical piece that really, I think, invites stillness and deeper connection. And well, we'll see what it does for you. It's called Aria of Love, and it's from my last album, my 2024 release, Somewhere in Time, which is on Spotify. So if you like it, you can always listen to it again and add it to a playlist or something. So thank you for having me, Scott. Here's Aria of Love.
Thank you so much. Wow, I'm gonna go to gallery view.
Yeah.
Let's send love and hearts. So beautiful. My
Thank
God.
you. Thank you so much.
Uh,
Thank you.
We've got both you and John Martin tonight. You both play such beautiful music from the heart. And it's kind of appropriate that you're both here. And I want to let people know again that you can find all things Lori Ann Speed at her website, which is her name, LoriAnnSpeed.com. Make sure you go there, put in your name and email address so you can keep track of what she's doing. You can find her albums there, learn about upcoming concerts, and definitely get on her mailing list. And she's going to close out our show tonight. So she'll be back in a little bit. And Lorianne, it's always wonderful to have you here with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And now to introduce our next Soul Search guest, here is the Creatrix right next to me.
So wonderful. That was so beautiful, Lorianne. Thank you so much. It was truly exquisite. Thank you for just opening our hearts in this way and, creating the space for all of us to really, continue in our expansion. And, the frequency and vibration. This is all the healing of the future. And so thank you for bringing this to us. And so, of course, our next guest, I'm very excited because it is her first time on the show, Mane with Mantra Numerology. And Mane is amazing because she actually started out her career as an architect and then went into fashion design. And it was only after moving to the United States from Eastern Europe, she actually rebuilt her entire life ground up and began to study Eastern and Western spiritual traditions. And she studied numerology, yoga, searching for her own personal answers. But she didn't just find her personal answers, she found her true calling.
Mhm.
And now she is helping others around the world, including on Soul Search TV, where she has her amazing live reading show. Every other week, she's doing live readings, helping others find clarity, direction, and peace through spiritual insight. Mane is a certified consultant of the Alvasar International Academy of Numerology, and she offers personalized readings that illuminate the unique numerical patterns shaping your past, present, and future, providing grounded, intuitive advice that brings greater awareness, alignment, and confidence. And she does these incredible destiny readings. She does karma readings, relationship readings. So people are with a partner or curious about their partner, they can bring both partners' birth dates to do a deep dive into that relationship. And also, what I find fascinating about your work is the karma readings that you really go back and help people to unravel patterns that they have been carrying for many, many lifetimes. So, Mane, like, really thank you because knowing you and getting to know your work has really expanded, my understanding of how deeply we can go when with our birthday. So welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Um, it's great to be part of this community and being a guest. It's the importance of my work, why I'm passionate about numerology, because I believe if you want to have a peaceful world, a happy world, it should be filled with the people who are peaceful and happy. But only way the person can be peaceful and happy if they follow their mission. They find a purpose in their life. Otherwise, no matter what you give, they're gonna be always searching for something. And the numerology is a very beautiful and powerful tool to very quickly find answers that person been maybe searching for a long time, and also understanding their life patterns, why things happening. Because when a person, there is so many things in our lives that distract us from our own path. It's starting from our parents continue, society, teachers, everything distracting. Nobody teaches who this life is. No one, nowhere teaching us. And there is a lot of distraction. And that and person come to this trap doesn't they follow some whatever society or parents guide them. There is intention is good, but in the end, person doesn't get what they want to get. And then any stage, numerology, there is no aspect in life that numerology doesn't cover. Any aspect, health, relationships, childhood, everything. Like one of my passion to teach, we have I because I have special reading for child numerology. When we do reading for child, to that's a good tool for parents, so they know the kids' talents. Because if you don't damage that kid and let them grow, only then we're gonna have society with all kind of qualities. Because I believe we all puzzle of the whole picture that calls life. And if we don't follow our path, if we don't follow our purpose, that puzzle is empty and whole picture is distorted. So my work, my passion to help people to get that puzzle that they are, and whatever point they are in their lives, in whatever they're going through, everything can be at least fixed it, at least adjusted. No matter where you are, you can evolve, you can transform as long you have awareness. Because I deeply believe the root of any evil and negativity is ignorance. The only way to break that ignorance is knowledge. And numerology is science that gives knowledge about yourself, about what you come here for. And deep down, any aspect, and the jewel of this method that I'm using, that created by my mentors, Iron and Julie Bow, is karmic numerology. There is no analogy in the world of this method, because by understanding their past life, people can relate what's going on in their life. Because some events happening in their lives and they can understand why this thing happening to me, and that person cannot have a peace. It's impossible to have a peace. You searching for answers, and only answer God's works. You can't judge. Whatever happen, just take it. That's not the answer. That doesn't give answer and doesn't give your growth. Growth, like Scott already mentioned, when you understand and learn something from that lesson, only then you pass through. Same with karma numerology. I do same thing. I just explain person why they're going through this thing and what they need to learn from that lesson. Unless they don't learn that lesson, things gonna repeat again. And unfortunately, most of us repeat same thing. We think we are moving forward. Unless we are not aware, we're gonna continue doing same thing again and again. And basically, our birthday contains so much information about ourselves, what we're gonna go in our lives. Any aspect of life, it's covered. So it's amazing, amazing science, and I'm in love numerology, and I wanted to share this and help people to find their way, their peace, their love, so they're more alive, so they live their lives fully.
Beautiful. Monet, thank you so much. So we have Eleanor Joy is someone who would like to get a reading from you. And we also
Okay.
have a video to play. So Omashar is going to play the video, and then we'll connect you with Eleanor Joy.
Eleanor Joy,
Okay.
chat Monet her birthday.
Monet, do you need the birth
Yes.
date?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, please.
All right. So Eleanor Joy, send your birth
And
date,
do you need the
please.
location as well, Monet, or just the birth date?
At this point, it's just short. It's okay. It's just by
Okay.
birthday. It's fine.
Here we go.
Do you ever feel overwhelmed? Like you're working hard but not getting the results you expected? Or searching for deeper meaning and clarity? What if the answers were already written in your birth date?
Um,
Welcome to Decode
Yeah.
Your Destiny.
What happened?
I don't know.
Numerology is the science
Hang
of
on,
numbers,
let me find it again.
revealing the hidden patterns shaping your life, your karma, and your path forward. Using a
I'm going to
unique
start it
method,
again. There seemed to be
Monday
some glitch in the
uncovers your
matrix. We've had a couple of
Okay.
inclusions tonight. Just here we go. Let me just share again, please. Let's see if it works this time. All right.
Do you ever feel overwhelmed? Like you're working hard but not getting the results you expected? Or searching for deeper meaning and clarity? What if the answers were already written in your birth date? Welcome to Decode Your Destiny with Mantra Numerology. Numerology is the science of numbers, revealing the hidden patterns shaping your life, your karma, and your path forward. Using a unique method, Manet uncovers your destiny program, your strengths, challenges, and the cycles you're here to break. She reveals how your past experiences and karmic patterns may still be shaping your present and how to move forward with clarity and purpose. Join us live on Soul Search TV. Watch real-time readings or receive one yourself because your numbers already hold the code to your life.
Da, da, da.
Thank you, Omashar. Yay.
And so, yes, you guys, I know we're going to do a few quick readings with Monet tonight, but for all of you watching live or on the replay, Monet does do live readings on Soul Search TV every other Monday at 7:15. So she'll be live this Monday, 7:15
Yes.
p.m. And you just have to send her your birth date and location in advance, and then she'll have some time to do a
And
little
full
bit more
name.
analysis. Yeah,
Full
and full
name.
name. Full name and
Birth name, the name that you receive moment of your birth.
Exactly. And so then she's able to do a reading for you. And all of you, you don't have to get a reading. You can also watch and see the process. And we always say that even if you're watching, there's always a message for you.
Yes.
So that's
I'm gonna
7:15
need a
Pacific
month and day for anyone wants the reading.
7:15 Pacific.
Pacific time zone. Pacific time zone.
I'll put
No,
the link.
I mean the day of birth and month of birth of the person who I'm gonna do reading.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
So did you get that from Eleanor Troy yet?
and I didn't receive any information. What's her?
Oh, okay.
She can
All right.
just tell me,
Yeah.
but
Eleanor
I
Troy,
can
you need to
hear.
unmute. We can't hear you.
Yeah.
March 10, 1942.
So what's your day and month of birth?
March 10.
March 10. Okay. Uh, you, especially in your young age, you're very good with money. You just, for you, what very important money, how to earn money, just a very important thing in your life. And as your karmic mistake, very important that in your young age you had a lot of obstacle in your career. You always, nothing was easy, everything came with obstacles. You have to, because in your previous life you created obstacles for other people. In this life, it's come in this life you shouldn't be obstacle for anyone, but you yourself could, especially in career, you could get a lot of obstacle, people always on your way somehow, so you have to go through somehow to pass. Since you're born in March, it means that the parenting method that your parents use when you grow up, it was a little bit off. So your obligation was to have kids, first of all. For you, it's important to become at that periods, in some periods, I don't know not right now, to become a parent, and your parenting method should be different than your parents' give it to you. For you, it was very important. They were either too strict or too soft. Something was off, definitely. So for you, it's to be a parent that your parenting method should be opposite of what your parent did to you. And your mother always tried to keep you in a loop. So for you, it was very important to, as soon as possible, just break that loop and become an independent. Because usually people who born in March, mothers always try to keep under their control their kids in some ways. They try to always be involved in your life. But your goal is just create that distance, but gently, of course. That was your goal. And the that that much is just a small whatever information I had. If you
Well, I'm
have,
84, so I'm long past the parenting.
yes, you already passed all that things.
Thank you.
You're welcome. If any other
There's
comment.
there's a question about why mantra numerology. Where does the mantra
Oh,
fit in?
mantra, but the name mantra means words. The mantra sound, it's sound that can
Okay.
heal. So since I'm using my voice when I'm talking with people and with the words, so my healing is with the words when I'm talking with people and passing that information. And that's why that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean that it's specific method or something. It's just the sound. I'm using my voice sound to heal people with the knowledge. That's why. That's my concept behind it.
Okay, and we have one more person, and it's Brent, who we heard earlier, and his birth date is July 26th, 1970.
The
And
one.
I put it in a chat to you. If you take a look at the chat box,
Okay,
it's a direct
July
message to you.
26th. Okay.
Yep. And there's his full name, and I'll bring him on so you can see him.
Fun, Brent.
Okay.
Long time no see. I
Okay.
want to play. This is
Okay.
fun.
Okay. Let's fun. That's fun. That's fun. Okay, Brand. You, your person. So your personality wise, you're like emperor. You want your empire. Like you like that's everything certain way, the way you want it. You liked everything controlled, like especially in your young age, but it's your personality. You like everything in specific way. It's very controlled, but it was very important for you to move to other city, not just because you're born in July, you're just like to travel. For you, traveling, coming out from the city where you're born, it's by destiny. You have to broaden your family geography. So traveling and being aboard and exploring, for you, exploration, it's so important. And uh, everything you do very professionally. You're a professional, like everything need to be professionally. As a karmic mistake, in your previous life, you didn't want to have kids because you thought that kids gonna be don't gonna give you a freedom to grow in your professional life. I hope you didn't repeat the same thing. Maybe that's very important because being a good parent is very important because but it's possible that the relationship with kids can be a little rocky. Possible, there is possibility that it's harder for you, like to do your parenting duty. It can give you some difficulties because it's karmic. Either you didn't do your parenting duties in your previous life or don't even want to have kids. So either or. But it's great that you did it, and it's for you. It's very important to be a good parent. Another thing, because I don't see time, like for you, it's very good to be very important to be like your creation. You have to do something creative that it's need to be in front of public, and public need to, you have to be star in one way, you have to shine. It's for you, it's very, very important. Do something to show up your talent and be in front of in front of public. It's a very important thing. But also you experience in your life a lot of, either you lose someone, it can be either psychologically or even physically, someone that really, really important for you. Like you can even you either experience that, or you might experience someone like very important for you, you lost that person. Or another thing also, this energy can work. You build something, you already need to reap the fruits, and it dies. Something happened, it's just disappeared. Like in your life, you probably experienced this kind of situation. Like you can't reap the fruits of your work, whatever you did, and then it just goes, and it's something happened and dies, and you can build again. Like that's energy also there. Uh, because uh, and then as a health wise, I see that anything related to blood circulation, your anything related to fluid circulation in your body, that's your weakest point. That's a karmic.
Hmm. Well, thank you so much for that. And I love your language of, reaping and taking the fruit of my labors. That was really good. I can use that. Thank you.
Wow,
Thank you.
nice. Brent. I'm glad you got a chance to get a preview into your life with numerology, and I love it when our different practitioners are able to share like that
That's
with
right.
each other. So fun.
Well, we ran out of time for another reading,
Yeah,
but I want
Monday we
to,
had a lot of people asking.
yeah.
Okay,
So
you can join my show. Welcome.
Exactly.
well, that's what I want people to
Exactly.
do. So, for anybody watching on Facebook or YouTube, we put this link in for our Zoom roomers.
Mhm.
But for people watching on Facebook or YouTube, go to soulsearch.tv/live dash reading dash and dash healing.
Mhm.
Okay. And I'm going to keep that up for a moment. And that's where you can book yourself to get a reading right here from Mantra Numerology Mane, who we just met. We've seen Bob the Psychic on previous shows. We've seen Regini and Greg. All of these are
Donna.
friends. They've all been on the show and they're all wonderful. So they're all people that you can book live readings by going to soulsearch.tv/live dash reading dash and dash healing. And there you go. And that's how you can do it.
And Monet's show is amazing. She does 4 readings per show. So, what you do, like I said before, you send in your full name, your birth date, your location of birth, and she does some analysis beforehand so she can go even deeper with you. Even though she was able to give so much information um, to Brent and to Eleanor Joy, with very little information, she can give you even more. So it's pretty amazing. And you can definitely connect with her through her website and of course through Soul Search.
Yeah. Monet, thank you so much for being on the
Thank
show. Look
you.
forward to
Thank
seeing you
you.
again soon.
Yes, we'll have you back on. Thanks, Monet.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we are going to have an Omishar song and then Alan Steinfeld and John Martin and the Hertogs and Tangela and Scott and some of you who've already seen the movie Disclosure Day. We're going to have a dynamic conversation. And Brent representing all of Europe. So it's going to be a lot of fun. But it is the mid-show break and time for our beloved Omishar.
So yes, that would be me, and you're going to be. So all of you dancers, sit down and watch this video. I've just released a new video through all of the streaming channels throughout the galactic sphere, and it's called Human. And of course, Hu, is the divine spark within mankind, humankind. And so this is called Human. I'll put the link into the chat afterwards so you can like and share it and get me ballistic, viral, and all that kind of stuff. But sit down and watch this. It took me probably the song and the video maybe 120 hours. My goodness, for
Wow.
a 4-minute song. I know. This is what happens when you're in love with what you do. So I'm going to share my screen, and hopefully it'll be all good and loud. I'm just going to. Okay, here we go. Blah, 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 do that, and then do this. Oh, hang on. Sorry, for some reason this I got something weird happening with my screenshot. I got to start it again. Sorry about that. What happened? Come on, little song. Excuse me. All right. It's the Gremlins.
Oh my God.
Amazing.
That's incredible.
It's a good
What a
one.
what a beautiful video. And yes, let us all stand tall as
Mhm.
we heed that call. Absolutely, Omashar.
Love
Thank you.
it. Love it. We are on the edge. I love it. We're on the edge of our new earth
Yeah,
that we're creating together. Beautiful. Very
absolutely
powerful. Michelle,
beautiful.
thank you.
Very beautiful. Thank you, Omashar.
Well,
Well, we are going to now swing into kind of the next part of our show. And of course, we've been talking a lot about disclosure. The US government is finally releasing files. Brazil released 900 pages of their UFO files a couple days ago. We had Danny Sheehan on last week. And of course, we have the great Alan Steinfeld of making contact with us because last night, Alan and the Hertogs and Linda Moulton Howe, Tangela, myself, and others all showed up at the IMAX theater here in Albuquerque where we watched Disclosure Day. And so we're going to actually talk about the film. We're going to have a roundtable conversation. And we're going to hear from some of you who did. Quite a few have actually already seen the film. We're going to hear from John Martin. We're going to hear from some of our other presenters. But, excuse me.
Bless you.
But to introduce Alan and the Hertogs, take it away, Tangela.
Thank you. Thank you. Of course, I'm excited to introduce some of my original Soul Search family here, Alan and the Hertogs. And of course, the Hertogs need no introduction. Doctors JJ and Desiree Hertog are social scientists, composers, authors, and futurists. They are highly regarded and highly well known in the spiritual community. Dr. JJ Hertog is the author of the bestseller, The Books of Knowledge, The Keys of Enoch, translated into 25 languages. And he and Desiree have written numerous books together, including The Myriad Names of the Divine Mother, The Overself Awakening, Pistis Sophia, Text and Commentary, and Mind, Dynamics, and Space and Time, as well as many more. They're also known for their inspirational music, working with Stephen Halperin on their latest album called Sacred Ciphers of the Divine Mother. And they are also well known as pioneers in acoustic archaeology, having done music testing in many of the Mayan temples, as well as the Great Pyramids of Giza. And they are at the forefront and have been at the forefront about bringing us closer and closer to our cosmic family. So thank you, Dr. Desiree and JJ Hertog, for being here. And of course, Alan Steinfeld also needs no introduction, the author of Making Contact, the host of New Realities, amazing channel on YouTube with over 20 million views. He has interviewed every top spiritual teacher, leader, speaker on the planet and has been doing so for decades, and also really is at the forefront of bringing us together with our multidimensional family. So that's why we were also excited to watch Disclosure Day together, because this is an important time for us as we become more and more aware as humanity of the breadth and depth of our true universal and cosmic family. So thank you guys for being here tonight with us.
And let's roll right into each of you sharing what was your direct experience of the movie. We want to hear from each of you.
Okay, I'll go first and then the Hertogs.
Okay.
They work as a team. I'm just like a third wheel here. But first of all, it was great to see it with you two, Scott and Tangela, because it is a community event. It's a community phenomena that we are involved with. The release of government secrets that have been held for 80 years and lied about. And this film encapsulates that struggle between those people that want to know the truth, no matter what the consequences, and government and private industries in cahoots together to keep this secret to themselves. And that was the core plot structure of this film? Are we gonna be stopped from hearing the truth? There's the government and these private industries called, what was the name of the private? Wardex, which was a kind of a name for all those who are those private industries involved now?
It's claimed to be like a non-governmental, even though government was right behind it.
But private organizations like
you're saying Lockheed Martin,
right? And those are known to keep the UFO secret. So I feel this movie, Spielberg is quite a student of ufology, and he put so many true facts into this. When he did Close Encounters, he said he wished this could be true. And then when he released this, he goes, this is true. This is the truth. So the film is a great overview of the struggle all of us have been involved in for the last couple of years, and how it's building to a head, and how eventually truth is going to win. And Spielberg did a brilliant ending. I won't give anything away, but involving media at the end of the show, showing what a worldwide disclosure moment will look like, where everyone's paying attention. And that was really, it really brought tears to my eyes, because I think that is the future we're moving into. So Desiree.
Well, I just want to say that non-governmental, really government linked corporation, it was very important. In fact, that Wardex is what they called it. And people have said, well, it represents watch, recon, develop, and extract, because they were the ones that managed the technology. We hear about this also from Philip Corso, who said, the government, if they held the material, would have to be forced to give it up, like to someone like David Grush or Lou Elizondo. But if a private corporation held it, there's no controls over that. So they can do what they want, but they're still in cahoots.
So there was a theme behind a theme, very carefully scripted. For example, the leading heroine, Margaret Fairchild, has the name Fairchild. And I had colleagues at Fairchild, which had the brain trust of the thinkers working with Wernher von Braun, and those who were holders of the secrets of many of the space encounters. So we know that these corporations were named within the names of the players to give an idea that there is a movement towards psychic and psychotronic knowledge now at work.
Well, that's what I wanted to add, is that one of the interesting things, if you go back to Close Encounters of the Third Kind, some of you remember Richard Dreyfuss building that funny thing in his living room. Well, no one really understood that. They didn't discuss it. It just was there. And then he went out to find where the aliens were coming down. Well, this takes it to a much deeper level. Here, mind control, or mind, we'll say, abilities are able to be used both for the good and for the bad. So this is a very interesting thing. Of course, they have this device that can be held in the hand to enhance that, and that device comes from alien intelligence.
Right. If you're an experiencer, he goes a little bit into the experience of phenomena. Last night we saw the film with one of the veterans in the field, Linda Moulton Howe. So today I went over there, and can I play a 2-minute clip of Linda's kind of? Okay, let me see if this comes up here. Can I share last time I'm not always able to share my screen with.
You can share screen. You can share screen.
Okay, let me see if I can share the screen with you guys.
Get the
Here we go. Share audio, share optimized video. Okay, let's see. You see that on your screen, Scott?
Yes, we do. We do.
Okay, so let me just play that. Where is it coming up? I'm not seeing. Oh, here. Do you see it now? Okay.
Yes, we do.
And I want to talk to you first. This film is almost a fulfilling of some of the predictions you wanted to see, like We're Not Alone. How did this film hit you?
The first thing was how important frequencies are. And I had read a government document probably 30 years ago in my research of bloodless, trackless animal mutilations, human abductions, behind the scenes in the government, about frequencies in language, but mind to mind. And that in the movie, it was a surprise to see that Steven Spielberg tried to reproduce the
very good. You could have gotten that.
That was, and I have heard abductees tell me that that's what they've heard, these clicking sounds. And in the beginning of the film, for the first half, he was going over some new ground, but a lot of older ground, and I felt disappointed. Mm-hmm. And then it hit in the middle of the film, and it was as if we were finally being shown a true opening. And by the time that we got into those last few minutes of this brilliant film, it was empathy that I was feeling not only for ETs, but especially for Homo sapien sapien, us, because we have not been told the truth as a species ever. It isn't just the government of the United States now. And that right as we get into the middle of June 2026, it feels like there really is now a possibility that there's going to be more and more. And if the government of the United States is smart, they will take the key from Spielberg and they will start trying to unfold representative documents.
Right.
Okay. Yes. Anyway, so
Beautiful. I want to say a couple things if I can.
Yeah.
For people who don't know who Linda is, Linda Moulton Howe is really one of the great researchers. She's been doing this work for 50 years. She first came to prominence as the person who really researched and studied about the animal mutilations. She's had to study a lot of the harder part of this work, of this world. And so she's really one of the grand dames of this, just like JJ and Desiree are wise elders in the field, so is Linda. And Linda's now 84 years old. So it was really powerful to have her there. The other thing I want to build on that she mentioned, for me, the best part of the movie was that the superpower is empathy.
Yeah.
And when our heroes are faced with having to make their way and escape, they don't escape by beating up the bad guys. They don't escape through guns or violence. They escape by using empathy and connecting with the people that they have to get past through empathy. It's profound. And then literally, they state that our galactic family says that the great human superpower that we need to embrace is empathy. And when we can replace our warlike, greedy tendencies with empathy, then we are ready to come into the galactic family.
Absolutely. In fact, this lays the basis for what we call the raising of consciousness. Empathy goes into compassion, higher love, and recognition of what is missing in the traditional scientific educational program, which is only one side of the brain, leaving out the divine feminine, leaving out the higher love, leaving out the higher purpose of why we are in this biological form. And so our emphasis has been on frequency, and a new film is going to be coming out very shortly through all major movie theaters, emphasizing what we've been working on for 50 years, raising consciousness through certain sounds and mantric-like repetitions that the heroine is using, very similar to what we experience with the indigenous in Brazil and Africa, where mathematical sounds, musical sounds produce geometric patterns in the brain, which are colorful, dynamic, and resourceful to opening up the powers of the heart and mind together.
But what I also thought was interesting is the two stars. One was a man and one was a female.
The cybernetic experts.
And yeah, the male actually had from his contact, literally the left side of the brain augmented. He could read the mathematics, he understood, and he was using like crypto and all that. Well, he was doing a lot of undercover stuff for the government. That's how he got the data. And then the female was totally different. She had really that sense of empathy. She was able to look at someone and see what they needed and provide that for them. Like the guy who lost his wife, she became the wife. And so he saw his dead wife. Yeah. I mean, she was so creative and energized
Yes, she had real empathy. And so these two parts of these main characters
of the brain
is also what Spielberg's telling us our potential is, that we're psychic, we need to be empathic. And in a way, that is a subtle message of the movie. You have to kind of watch it a little longer, a little deeper. Otherwise, you think it's just car chases or what the New York Times reviewer wrote. Oh, here's another science fiction movie by Spielberg. Well, this is not a science fiction movie. This is the truth that is finally getting out to the public. And I think overall, Disclosure Day is a wake-up call for the population of the planet, and it's very exciting.
People have to move away from fear to positive thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Understanding that we have friends in the greater universe, not necessarily that we have to worship robots, but we understand that this is part of an educational process. Yeah. And the ancients of India and the Middle East understood this as the chakras. Yeah. I'm showing you a diagrammatic picture of the seven chakras, essentially saying that there is a symphony of sound within us. And when we use this properly, we attract people who are positive. We attract people who are loving. We attract people who want a positive future rather than in the end of the world. And this is so important. The shift, the psychic, the psychological, and the spiritual shift come together.
And that's what this movie's about. I mean, John Mack talked about that too. He said we need other ways of knowing if we're really going to make contact with these ET beings that want to wake us up to the true nature of who we are. And that's really the subtext of this film.
That because we think we are actually on par with many extraterrestrials. Yes, we don't have right now the ability to use the powers of the mind that they do, but actually we think we have an innate power to be able to do that. And I thought it was interesting that Spielberg also addressed religion in there because one of the actresses, she had been a novice, which is almost a nun, but not quite. And so she fell back to talking to her mother superior. And she asked, because at first she says, oh, you can't tell people about this. This is going to, drive everyone crazy. And that's exactly the excuse that they gave for not releasing it, that it's going to destroy the world. It's going to destroy the way we work. Everything is going to go to hell in a handbasket. But in actuality, the mother superior came back and said, why would he, namely God, make such a vast universe only for us? So he and we believe that too, that there's many levels. It's not that Christ drives a flying saucer.
And so there's that religion piece, there's the empathy piece. One more thing, Scott, and the fact that we can know the truth. Governments and militaries think, oh, you can't handle the truth. Well, they're the people who can't handle the truth. I think the common human being on planet Earth wants to know what the nature of reality is. No one has a hold on reality. And this is exactly what the government and the military, they think they want to hold back what reality is for us. And we are now pushing, now in a global movement, to know the true nature of why we are here, what's here, and who we are.
And this is why work together is so important. Scott, Tangela, your work with our work with the indigenous, with people who have a higher vision of spirituality, with scientists involved in consciousness, exploration. All of this is coming together. We are about to change dramatically.
Okay, Scott, you want to say something?
Well, I'm going to introduce Tangela to say something. And when she mentioned the Mother Superior, I want to briefly read. Reverend Jeffrey Colebrook wrote, Disclosure Day was all Spielberg. Beautiful. My favorite character was the senior nun, unflappable, kind, and with healing energy and deep wisdom. It was nice to get to the end after the chase scenes, all part of her evolution. And when you are, for people who haven't seen the movie, especially, I got to say, the first 2/3 of the film is Hollywood. There's chase scenes, some of which are really exciting, very well produced, but it's kind of Hollywood chase, suspense. And then it's the last third where it really comes in with the messages. So just be forewarned that way for anybody who, doesn't like more Hollywood-ish type stuff. And to get an important review, here's Tangela.
Thanks, Scott. So, no, I love what everyone has been saying. And I really do think this movie is another important step in our expansion of consciousness. As we have been seeing, with the Avatar movies, with the Marvel movies, all of these are expanding our consciousness in a way to have us more and more in touch with all of these magical capabilities, right? Which actually Alan and the Hertogs, even at our Palo Alto Expo recently, you all were teaching about remote viewing, helping people in the audience do these exercises where they're able to identify objects that you have hidden in your pocket. So really, the innate abilities that we have as humans is really unfathomable for us. And we even saw it today with Brent and his master hand analysis, Monet and her numerology, all of these abilities that everyone is bringing forth in terms of healing and transformation. This is an expansion of who we are as humanity. And we have friends, not enemies. We have friends in the multidimensional realms, angels, aliens, extraterrestrials that are all here to support us. And although we may talk about that in the spiritual community, it's been so fear driven, within the governmental rhetoric that's been out there. And so this movie, I feel, really created that shift. We're saying, let's come out of that fear matrix that we have all been programmed into and start opening our minds and opening our hearts, opening our minds to understand, wow, the universe is so vast. Who are we to think we're the only ones here? And opening our hearts to think and feel, wait a minute, if the universe is that vast, are they friends? Are they supporting us? Are they loving us? Because when we can start feeling that love that we have for one another at that cosmic, galactic, universal realm, that's what shifts our consciousness. It's amazing. So it's a big shift. It's a big shift. And I really respect, Alan and the Hertogs and Scott, because you guys have been at the forefront of this for decades. And I think we're at a turning point, especially with the new generation watching these films and really feeling and understanding, the realms that we are truly living in at a different perspective, at a higher perspective.
Beautifully stated. I want to hear from a couple of other people, and we'll come back to you.
Okay.
We're going to hear from John Martin and Brent. So representing Europe, coming to us all the way from Switzerland. Brent saw the video. Tangela made a video on Instagram. Some of you have seen it. And Brent, apparently you saw it and you went right out and saw the movie.
Yeah, well, I mean, I saw this group right here, right? And Alan and the whole crew, I just was like really getting all of your testimonials about it. And I literally dropped everything. I looked at the time and I took a train into Zurich to go watch the film. And that's what we need. We need people like you who use your platform to share with this excitement. For me, I'm a hand reader, and I'm seeing two dimensions of that allow us to see the life pattern. There's a soul dimension, which is driven by the limbic brain, and this more personal or 3D. And what Spielberg was doing was showing us, okay, this is an ego dimension, an ego-led life that we've been living, but then there's a soul, empathetic direction. And right after when I watched this and I came out of it, I was absolutely grateful about it. I look and I see Pierce Morgan is now interviewing these guys that whether they were able to recreate the Area 52, whether those biologics that they had in those old VHSs were real or not. But look at what Spielberg has done. He's cracked and broke the ice. And just like at the end of the film, it was so well done that the media was really like shaking, which should we send this out? Is this AI? And that's what this is. And when I was watching Spielberg 30 years ago, it was a whole new world. But now it's a documentary, right? So it's an edification of what we're going through. This just shows what the sign of our times. And I'm absolutely grateful that you guys did that interview. And I hope that many other people really take your wisdom seriously.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Brent.
Well, John Martin wants to say something.
John Martin, one of our absolute favorite presenters, who probably has more experience of direct connection with our galactic family than almost anyone else. Sean, what was your thoughts about the movie?
I enjoyed it. You know, our star family, they curate our experience individually. And to me, that I would like to see more of that. I mean, they definitely showed they used the strengths of both of the characters to get uh, the effect or the end that they were looking for. But you know, it's important now that we all do our part in taking our place in the universe by uh, interacting with our star family, going out ourselves, interacting directly. When you see large craft, when you see beautiful, impossible things, it changes you. It makes you know that there's so much more that can be available to us. And our star family are there for us and they love us. They've shown me that many times. They've shown so many of us these same things. And they've been kind and empathetic on their part as well. So I enjoyed it, and I think it's the first of many efforts to really move us into this new place that we all really deserve to be in. And so, yeah,
Beautiful.
I enjoyed it.
And John's put together something that will play at the end of the show. It sounded like you had something to say, Dr. Hertog.
I was going to say something also. I think Spielberg comes of age in this movie. I mean, he's been one of the best filmmakers of of the last maybe 40 years. But here he uses emotion. He gets to the depth of feeling and also takes it to another, I would call, fifth dimensional level where our community would understand that. It takes the raw human emotion and he raises it to the next frequency of cosmic awareness in a sense. And one more thing Spielberg does, at the end of the film, he uses the media itself as a way to communicate the message. He duplicates what it would be like for the world to watch this disclosure moment. And it's so brilliant that you feel like Brent said, you're not watching a film, you're watching a documentary of history in the making.
And 50 years ago, he was using IBM computers to make the sound. In this case, Margaret Fairchild makes the sounds out of her inner mouth, out of her heart. This is a combination of sounds within and sounds without collectively produced.
And I know, I mean, consciousness plays a big role. Even the last conference we were at, Contact in the Desert, consciousness was the key. But I also have to say the timing on this is excellent. Maybe he even knew about this in some capacity because, you know, the release documents as of May 8th, we talked about that. And then more May 22nd. And then on the actual day of Spielberg's main release, even though some people had seen it earlier, which was, as we said, June 12th, there was another group of documents also released. So I think there's a larger preparation. It probably won't come out just like he says in the movie, but it's going to come out slowly.
Even the Brazilian documents from Varginha, where I worked back in 1996 with the specimens, they unfortunately were there as a result of a crash of an extraterrestrial ship. This is a combination of past, present, and future possibilities.
Disclosure is happening in real time in the film, in our lives, in the world. And this is a critical moment in human history. And I think we are going to go over that threshold and everyone will be like John Martin, calling in these beings.
So the Brazilians are releasing things and also the French are going to be releasing information. So it's all coming together.
So Scott, go ahead, jump in there.
Tangela wants to tell us a little bit about frequency.
Okay, so I just wanted to share because the Hertogs mentioned that they have an amazing new movie coming out, Frequency, which is more than a documentary, the secret of everything. It features, of course, doctors JJ and Desiree Hertog, Anita Morjani, Joe Dispenza, Bruce Lipton, Greg Braden, Michael Beckwith, and really talking about the importance of frequency and how this can really support us in healing, connecting, and thriving. And doctors JJ and Desiree, do you guys want to talk a little bit about the film and how it relates to what we're seeing at the broader level?
It starts with healing, of course, the actual healing of the physical body. And that's what, of course, Anita Morjani and Joe Dispenza also somewhat talk about. But then we're able to take it into the healing of consciousness and how consciousness doesn't reside in the brain. And I think that relates directly to Disclosure Day, because they showed how someone could be sitting, we'll say, somewhere like in Washington, D.C., and affect someone all the way closer to Missouri or something like that, that there's this mind connection. We're all interconnected. That's the interesting thing. And so we can also help others heal each other and also help to heal ourselves with the right vibrations.
So we become, if I may use the term, futurist activists that are connected with the music of deep spirituality and love. Is what John the Divine speaks of in Revelation, the New Testament, breaking the seventh seal. It was just a word of poetry for thousands of years. Now it's a reality. We can open the third eye. We can open up our higher mind. We can open up our higher understanding of our future. A positive future is something young people need, not the death of the planet, but the rebirth and the new direction with those who come from supreme consciousness. Now, I'm saying this rather critically, that we must go beyond robots and even those that come from other life systems to the masters, to the higher teachers. We will call them the angelic avatars.
Or we say the ultra-terrestrials.
So we must bow down and worship the wrong crew of extraterrestrial visitors, but recognize this is the wake-up call for discernment and spiritual vibration to determine those who are truly with the human race.
Yeah.
All right. Actually, put this back out. We had
That wasn't
plenty
me,
for
but I
the
can say something.
rest of our time.
Someone is
Yeah, everybody needs to mute. Someone needs to mute, please, because we're hearing you instead of hearing our.
I think it's so important what you're bringing up, Dr. Hertog, in terms of the importance of frequency, light, and sound from the ancient civilizations, ancient Egypt, and also going back to of course, all of us during Lemurian times. We worked with light, sound, frequency for healing, for transformation, telepathy. We were much more etheric in our bodies and in the way that, the nature of our lives. And now, as we are expanding our consciousness, it is our time to step back in to those. So it is our ancient future, our ancient past that we are actually reconnecting with and bringing back as we connect to our multidimensional gifts and abilities. And, in the future, just as we saw the healing abilities of that, the piece of metal that they had, the magic wand, exactly. That is where we're going, right? Because we have those technologies at our disposal. And as we continue to expand our consciousness, more and more of those technologies are going to continue to be revealed to us because they've been with us since ancient times. And you both, have been working with this with the ancient Mayans, with the ancient Egyptians. So it's really coming full circle now as we are coming into this higher consciousness, not going backwards, but really being able to bring all of this ancient wisdom, frequency, sound into the evolution and transformation of ourselves as humanity. So it's powerful what Spielberg showed.
Well said.
And I would say that we call ourselves the Adamic species, that's male and female. And we really have a higher vibration, a higher calling, and a higher soul that can connect to spirit. Even some extraterrestrials are really fascinated by the ability of us to tap into higher consciousness states.
And we're living into that. The telepathy tapes show us that everybody has access to this multidimensional brain. This movie awakens us. All the things we're talking about, the global peace tribe, is the next step in human evolution. And it's very exciting.
So this is why we have the picture of Mother Earth, the blue-green planet behind us. Mother Earth, mothering of a new nature, is being to be felt throughout the world. And with this, we're asking our friends, relatives, and the great master teachers from all over the universe aid us as we go through this process of collective healing, collective unity, collective raising of consciousness, and also understanding the divine spark that keeps us all going from frequency of life to frequency of life.
Thank you. Thank you, Scott, for this opportunity to share this really amazing moment in human history. And it's going to keep going.
Absolutely. And we're going to continue to, be together. And we're going to be with Hertox and Alan, and we're all going to be together in Santa Fe.
Starting tomorrow.
And Wednesday night, our Awakening World show is going to be coming to you live from the Evolutionary Leaders Retreat, where you'll get to hear from a lot of us that are part of this wonderful group. So I will look forward to seeing the three of you in Santa Fe tomorrow night.
Yes, thank you guys so much for joining us. And of course,
for having us.
leading the way, supporting our ascension and supporting our awakening. Thank you guys so much.
And really important, just to remind everybody that the Hertogs have just an incredible website. If you haven't visited it, please go to keysofenoch.org. Keysofenoch.org. And there's so many things. You can learn about their Academy of Future Science. You can see where they're going to be. They travel all over. They're always doing amazing things. They're going to be at the upcoming Sci Games, summer solstice. They're going to be in London. So this is where you can find out about what they're doing. And they have so many talks and fascinating things here. So everybody go to keysofenoch.org. And of course, you can also buy their books, get their teachings. The website is a reflection of who they are, and they've been doing this work for decades and decades. So they've amassed so much knowledge, so much information, so much wisdom, and they've done an amazing job of putting a lot of it onto that website.
Well, thank you, Scott. Yeah, so Alan and us will all be at the Sci Games. It's exciting in Charlotte.
Right.
And then the weekend after, we're going to do one of our own intensives on the power of the names of the Holy Spirit. So up in Asheville. So if anyone's interested, please participate in either one of those. They're going to be great.
This is our new book in Aramaic, Greek, and ancient languages of how we can use the Holy Spirit energy to bring about a mystical transformation within us. So we make the right discernment, we make the right choice, we make the right outreach and unity throughout the world.
And see you tomorrow night.
Thank you. Thank you both. Great to see you both.
Thank you guys so much. Lots of love. We will be seeing you soon.
We'll see you tomorrow night. Take care, guys. Love you much. All three of those people are such wonderful colleagues, friends, and truly blessings in our awakening world.
Yes. Soul family. And I loved how Dr. Hertog pointed out Mama Gaia behind us, because Mother Earth is going through her ascension, as are we. And so it is just important for us to remember that we are doing this together and we're all supporting one another. Mother Earth, us as a human collective, and of course, the multidimensional collective in the cosmos. So, together we're doing this. And a lot of people have always told me when we're doing this show, the Awakening World show, that we have the energy of all of our human family here with us watching the show, co-creating the show, but we also have the support of our angelic family, our ascended master family, and so many more also supporting us right here. So it's just beautiful for us to remember that. And I'm so happy we were able to have this discussion about Disclosure Day. That was a lot of fun. And thank you all for participating. And also thank you, Brent and Manet, for sharing your amazing supernatural talents and gifts with our community as well. So much love and respect to both of you for the important work that you both do, really supporting the transformation of the planet. So thank you.
And speaking of our Global Peace Tribers, I want to point out a couple of them. Dorina Joy has created, I haven't had a chance to really look it over, but look at this incredible, the current state of post-disclosure day. So we've put this into the chat box for those of you in the Zoom room. Definitely save it. Look it over, because it looks like she's created something very, very, very extraordinary. And I love right here the ethical code of contact. So thank you, Dorina Joy, for you continue to make these incredible offerings. Also want to just remind you that we are starting a new season of the Awakening World. And so any of you watching on Facebook or YouTube or our Zoom roomers who haven't registered for the new season, just go to globalpeacetribe.com, globalpeacetribe.com. You'll learn all about us, and that's where you can click and go to our registration page, and you'll get all the Zoom room links to all of our shows for taking us all the way through September 30th. And we do show every Wednesday and Saturday nights. once a month we just do a Sunday show. We've got a couple coming up. We're going to be doing a lot of collaboration with Soul Search over the summer. So
live from the expo.
Live from the expos.
And we do have an expo this weekend. So anyone watching who is in the Reno area, come and join us. We have an amazing expo going on at the Grand Sierra Resort and Casino. We are on the main casino floor. It was an amazing, incredible day today. Super busy. We always love bringing our soul family together, and we are in Reno this weekend. We have amazing talks coming up tomorrow, incredible vendors. And then next weekend, we are in South San Francisco. So if you guys are in the Bay Area, come and join us there. And then we'll be in Palo Alto, Pasadena, Mount Shasta. So stay tuned. I know you're going to be joining us live in Palo Alto.
Yeah, I'll be in Palo Alto.
It'll be incredible. And of course, we love being together in person. This is one of our favorite things to do. So come and join. And just bringing up Disclosure Day, you know, I think one of the phenomenal things that I see at our expos is so many people coming and actually sharing their experiences. Many more people than we realize have had experiences with the extraterrestrials, with the cosmic and multidimensional realms. And Soul Search, you know, we are a safe place where you can really share your experiences, whatever they may be, and also get support and love from people who can help you with that journey and that process. So that's something that we always love. And we have a lot of speakers who talk about our star families, who talk about connecting. I think I saw Peter Sterling join the Zoom room, and he actually gave an amazing talk about aliens in Sedona at our last Scottsdale Expo last weekend, and has been sharing some incredible videos of all of the UFOs that he's been seeing in Sedona, which actually I saw one in Sedona day before yesterday as well. So we love bringing our soul family together. Come join us live at the expos. But of course, if you can't, tune into Soul Search TV. We always have our incredible shows. And Monet has her amazing live reading show coming up this Monday, 7:15 p.m. Definitely, if you'd love to get a reading with her, book that. And we have some other shows, Past Lives with Donna and Human Design and Astrolocality and Astrology with Bear coming up as well. So stay connected, and then we'll be together again in Palo Alto.
Right. And Wednesday.
And Wednesday.
We still have more Awakening World left. We're going to have another song from Lori Ann Speed, and then we're going to have our prayer time. So I'm glad to have all of you with us. And I'm going to go now to our guest musical artist, who's become such a favorite, our beloved Lori Ann Speed.
Thank you. And just a quick expression of gratitude for all the wisdom that's here and the elevated thoughts and multidimensional minds expressing. It's just remarkable. I just feel very grateful, Scott. And nice to see you together IRL in real life. It's nice. Okay, I'll play a piece. Thank you.
Oh, talk about
Thank
heaven
you.
on earth,
Oh,
Lori. You just take us into such a beautiful, beautiful place. So beautiful. My God. Thank you. Mm. And a reminder that you can find Lorianne's music and all things connected to her on her website, which is her name, Lori Ann Speed, Loriann Speed.com. And Lorianne, I just thank you so much. We were trying to find a date, and I'm so glad we finally found a night that you could join
me
us.
too. Me
You
too.
just bring so much beauty, so much
Thank
beauty.
you. That means a lot to me, Scott. Thank you so much.
And it's so amazing all the remarkable musical artists. I mean, right now in the Zoom room, we've got John Martin, we've got
Peter
Peter
Sterling.
Sterling, the most amazing harpist. Of course, Omar Shar, Lorianne. So much talent in our Global Peace Tribe. And such a beautiful talent is that of leading prayer. And she who gives great prayer is our very own Diara.
Thank you, Scott. So blessed to be here. Ooh, and just feeling those vibrations of the beautiful chords. And as you said, looking around the room, seeing who's in here, all these brilliant minds and hearts and hands. And so blessed. And we've walked the walk. Many of us have been on this journey for years and years and years and holding the space and the frequency and coming to fruition now in this beautifully turbulent time where, as Scott would say, we're moving and grooving and we're shaking and we're making the new reality, and we're doing it through peace and love and kindness and art and beauty. And just drinking that in, filling our souls, filling our own divine cups with all that we're all here offering each other, with each other. And just feeling our bodies expand as we bring that in, knowing that we shed our light, we spread our light. And I'm seeing our beloved Swami, and just seeing beloved Swami makes me laugh and giggle, and that joy is what elevates us as well. Such a beautiful family we have, friends who become family. And we're sending this love and light out all across the world and the galaxies to all who require this, all who are yearning to receive this love, this light. I'm seeing prayers coming into our chat, praying for our irreverently reverent monk, Gerald Anderson, for your foot, and all of our beautiful beloved bodies that are elevating, receiving this accelerated light. And as our bodies readjust and we feel the growth pains, just loving our beautiful bodies that hold our souls, that are surrounded by and our spirit, and thanking our galactic friends, our beyond the ultra, and thanking our beautiful friends deep within this Mother Gaia, our beautiful earth, and just surrounding with all the space that is filled with love. Giving great thanks to Scott and Tangia for bringing all these beautiful souls together. And we say, in love, all in love, so it is.
Mhm. So it is. We're going to go to gallery view, and let's just take a minute of silence. I also want to spend special love to Scotty Satori. I think he might be listening in. And Scotty, we love you. You're always in our prayers. And let's just have a minute of silence so we can collectively pray for whomever, including yourself, that you wish to pray for as we come together as family. Family. Maximum grace for our entire awakening world, maximum grace for disclosure, maximum grace for our humanity. And we're going to close with something special. John Martin put together a video for us. I have not even had a chance to see it because it just arrived. So John, Omashar's got it queued up. Do you want to introduce what we're about to see to close out our show?
Yeah, Scott, this is again, this is an overview of my work. The last few months have been rather quiet with our star family, and I understand that, and we have times where we're not in constant um, conversation, but that's okay. And when they do arrive again, it's always such a pleasure. One thing about the movie, Scott, I wanted to say was I think the animals that were represented in the movies is so important because so often when the craft come, beautiful hawks will be close by. They interact with them as well, and you'll see in some of the aeroglyphs, which are the cloud creations that they make, you'll see hawks that are nearby. I had a double red ball appear, and two hawks were circling it just outside my courtyard. So the animals of the world are so in tune with these higher realms as well. So um, that I think that's another important aspect of this.
Yeah, thank you for bringing that up because we didn't mention it, but there is a very mystical aspect to certain animals in the Disclosure Day film. So if you see a red cardinal, beware, something magical is about to happen. And
Just make
the magic of John's music, just I always like to remind people, listen to the way he talks to our galactic family. Listen to the love he puts out. It's that vibration. Again, it's the frequency, it's the vibration. John is at a very high vibration, and that's why he has the experiences that he has. So let's keep raising our vibration so that we can ascend. Yep. So go ahead and play it. Play it again, Omashar.
Those never-ending visitor friends. Wow. I mean, that's not the greatest thing you've ever seen. Wow, friends. Spectacular.
So when we put the salmon, we have to turn on the boiler so we can take the other stuff out. Oh. So it looks like rain from 11 to 1. Okay, here's the radar. Let's see what mine says.
Am I seeing the same? Yeah, oh wow.
Yes. Oh, my battery's going low. Don't go out on me now. That's amazing. That's wonderful. Thank you, friends. Wonderful. Thank you, my friends. That's just great. Thank you, lovely friends. Wow. Hey, lovely ones. Hey. Wow. Look how bright and beautiful. Hey, my friends. Hey, beautiful ones. Hey, my sweet, dear, beautiful friends. Hey. That was wonderful. Thank you, sweet friend. So good to see you tonight. Thank you, beautiful ones. Look at that. Perfect. Thank you, friends. Thank you, beautiful ones. Thank you, my dear friend. That was great. Thank you. So awesome. So great. Thank you, beautiful friends. Very wonderful. Thank you. You lovely ones. Hey, hey, sweet friends. Oh, how beautiful. Hey, my wonderful friends. Happy Peace Day, dear ones. Thank you. Thank you, my lovely friends. Thank you for coming to see me tonight. So wonderful. Thank you, sweet friends. Thank you, lovely ones. Thank you, beautiful friends. Thank you, lovely ones. Thank you, my sweet dear friends. That is so great. Thank you. Whoa, what was that? Right there. Let's see, friend. Wow. Beautiful. Hey, my friends. Fantastic. Gorgeous. There's a craft for sure. Thank you, beautiful ones. My gracious, that's beautiful. Wow. Lovely. Thank you, beautiful ones. My goodness. That was fantastic. Great. Come here, Bo. Closer. Hey. You do that. There's another one right there. There's a plane behind it. Hey, friend. Wow. Hey, beautiful one. It's just truly amazing. Wow. Hey there. That is so cool. my dear friend. Wow, gorgeous. Hey, sweet friend. Beautiful. Hey, loveliest. Hey, my dear ones. How gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful, dear friends. Fantastic.
I
That's okay. I think you got the
Really
pic.
beautiful.
Got the
I
image there.
I
That
had
was
to
beautiful.
hang on a minute.
That's okay. I'm sure.
Yeah, that was lovely.
That was
Thank
beautiful,
Scott.
John.
Thank you
Thank you
for
so much for sharing that.
John, it's such a beautiful, you are my role model. When I grow up, I want to be John Martin. Really, the way you talk to them and the love and the beautiful music, and it's just thank you. It's always a joy to have you on the show.
Scott. I sit in awe of you every time we're together. It is such a great honor and a pleasure. Tangela, thank you for being such a lovely spirit as well.
There is actually about 3 more minutes of that video, but unfortunately we had a gate crasher and he kept on, someone called Adam, and he kept on drawing all over my screen.
Oh, that's what happened.
And he blanked out my video twice. And it's interesting that somehow we need to stop that access.
All right. Well, take note of who it was.
Well, I know it was, but I think we can stop it from within our thing. But there's about another minute left of the video, if you like.
I think we're complete. Yeah, just
it was
because it would be kind of weird to go back to it again now. So I've brought up our friends that were with us. I'm looking for May.
Monet's right here.
Monet, there she is. Okay, great. So thank you, Monet. Thank you, Brent. Thank you, John. Thank you, Omashar. Thank you, Tiara. Thank you, Lorianne, who's not on camera right now.
And the Hertox and
the
Alan.
Hertox and
And
Alan.
of course, our whole community here.
There's Lorianne.
The Global Peace Tribe community, Soul Search community, all of you. Thank you so much for joining us this evening, spending your time with us and raising the vibration of the planet. When we come together, heart to heart, soul to soul like this is what creates the awakening world. So thank you all for your love, for your energy, for your wisdom, for your commitment and your courage to be here during this time. We love you guys so much.
And for Omashar's new video, everybody, share that video with people because he put a lot of work into it. So share his video. I don't have posters for next week, but on Wednesday, we'll be coming to you live from Santa Fe, the Evolutionary Leaders Circle. And then a week from tonight, we are kicking off the annual Unity Week. It's Unity Week, and we're going to be kicking the Unity Week off with an Awakening World show on Saturday night, the 17th. So, or Saturday night, the 20th. Take care, everybody. Much love.
Lots of love, everyone.
We'll see
Thank
you on
you so
Wednesday
much.
night.
We'll see you soon. Bye.